What's up? What's happening? What is going on, folks? It's a chilly afternoon here up in the Garden State of New Jersey as we welcome you to the Trenton Fairgrounds Raceway for the penultimate race of the 2022 Mission Barbecue Cup Series Chase for the Championship, the 107.7 The Bronc 500. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, lads of all ages, as we once again welcome you to the track with live coverage on the North American Sim Racing Network, and from high in the sky in the press box, my name is Troy Wright for the NASRN. Popsicle sticks are in the air, 2 races remain on the 2022 calendar for the MBCS. We've got quite a dogfight for the championship coming into the final 2 races in the Garden State of New Jersey. It's a Jersey thing, ladies and gentlemen, for the finale of the MBCS. But we're here. We're about to set these cars off for 68 laps around this kidney bean shaped track in Hamilton Township, New Jersey. Trenton race is back to where it belongs as the penultimate race of the calendar. We saw it be moved to the midseason from the penultimate race back in 2020. It was the penultimate race in 2020. It was moved mid-season in 2021, but now it is back here as the penultimate race of the season. We saw the sparks fly, chaos happen, and Brandon Yodel get punted down the front straightaway here back 2 years ago. We'll see what the case is here as these drivers ready to do battle for almost a nice amount of laps here at the Trenton Fairgrounds Raceway. And we had a nice race, not nice in the way that 68 is almost nice, but we had a very perfect race at the Homestead Miami Speedway Friday night that saw Jordan Lopez go to Gatorade Victory Lane for the first time in his MBCS career, trying to go for 2 races in a row. He starts in the 29th position for the 107.7 The Bronc 500, so he's going to have quite the ground to make up if he wants to win back-to-back races. But speaking of where a lot of guys are starting, let's go into your championship standings at the bottom right-hand side of your screen. Oh boy, they really tightened up exiting the Miami Vice 400 at Homestead last week. Derek Hamill is somehow still the points leader, but he has a mere 10-point lead over Logan Williams coming into today's race. And Matt Wolff, who, by the way, came into the chase as a wild card driver and came out of the first race of the chase at Darlington like 245 points away from the lead, is clawed his way back to the front with consistent finish after consistent finish, and he is now third in the points, 20 points behind Derek Hamill in that 47 car. So it may be the big 3 of those guys to end up fighting for this championship come New Jersey on Friday night. But going down, Keegan Thompson, another rough run at Homestead. He is now minus 150 away from Derek Hamill. Will Parrish and Dano Georgi tied for 6th, 170 points away from the 47 machine. And then we go down to everybody that can be mathematically eliminated from championship contention here today. Jesse Turner, Mitchell Collins, Braden Perez, Brandon Wilmington, and Justin Zidell. And then all the way at the bottom of your chase standings, marked in red, is Ryan Durrani, who was mathematically knocked out of championship contention after his poor finish at Homestead. We'll go see what all these guys need to do in order to gain the points lead today, or at least stay in the points for those guys marked in yellow. So Derek Hamill just needs a good run here, and he starts, of the big 3 between himself, Williams, and Wolff, he starts the highest of those drivers. Hamill, you see that 47 Schulter Systems Camry on the top on the top of your screen. He starts in the 9th position for today's race, Got Logan Williams, he starts 24th, and then Matt Wolff starts 40th. A really poor qualifying effort from the local native who went to college at Rider University, just a hop and a skip away here in Hamilton Township, New Jersey. But Hamill just needs a good run. Logan Williams, in order to gain the points lead going into the season finale and series finale at New Jersey on Friday, needs to finish 3 positions ahead of Derek Hamill and finish any positions ahead of Matt Wolff. This does not factor in laps led or the most laps led or fastest lap or whatnot. This is strictly points without adding the bonuses. Of course, once someone leads a lap, that'll factor in. But I digress. Matt Wolff, same kind of thing, needs to finish 5 positions ahead of Derek Hamill and 3 positions ahead of Logan Williams without any of those guys leading laps in order to take the points lead going into the Corporate Deployments 500 on Friday night. Keegan Thompson has quite a bit tougher of a task in front of him. If he wants to take this points lead, he needs to finish 31 positions ahead of Derek Hamill, 29 spots ahead of Logan Williams, and 26 ahead of Matt Wolff. Now that's just to gain the points lead. He just needs to have a good run and finish ahead of all these guys to gain some ground and be in contention to fight for this championship on Friday night. Same deal for Will Parrish and Dano Georgi. They just need to have great runs, and the other guys run into some trouble. We've seen trouble in the past here, especially in that 2020 race. But now we go down to the drivers marked in yellow that mathematically could be eliminated from the championship if they have a poor run here. Jesse Turner and Mitchell Collins need to have flawless runs and have the top 7 run into issues. Derek Hamill, especially if they want a chance at winning the championship in New Brunswick. Braden Perez, Brendan Wilmington, and Justin Zeidel, all about 300 points away, a race and a half's worth of points. They all need to win here, and Derek Hamill to finish last or something like that in order to have a chance to win this championship, especially Braden Perez, or especially Justin Zeidel, who is minus 402 away from the cut line. The most you can gain in a race is 215, so Zeidel needs to win the next 2 races in order to win this championship for 2022. We'll quickly review where everybody is starting. Ryan Durrani is the highest qualifying driver of the Chasers in 7th. Hamill, we established he starts in 9th. Collins starts 11th. Zeidel 14th. Will Parrish 22nd. Logan Williams 24th. Braden Perez 25th. Keegan Thompson 32nd, Jesse Turner 36th, Dano Georgi 37th, Brendan Wilmington 38th, and Matt Wolff starts 40th for the 107.7 The Bronc 500. So a lot of chase drivers starting in the back half of the field. So they're going to have quite a tall task ahead of them, especially those drivers marked in yellow if they want a shot of winning the 2022 MBCS Championship here on the NASRN. So now that we've got that all established, it's now time for the moment you've all been waiting for, that time of the broadcast again, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go down trackside to get the most famous words in motorsports to kick off the 107.7 The Bronc 500.
Drivers, start your engines!
The engines roar to life on the front straightaway here at Trenton, and we're just moments away from dropping the green flag for today's race. We see Diego Vasquez starts on the pole position for today's race, looking for his 3rd win of the season, 3rd win in the chase. Starting alongside him in the one machine is Zachary Davis, looking for his 1st win of the season. Make sure everybody rolls off of the starting grid, and it appears that they do. Go down to your race analysis at the bottom left-hand side of your screen. Like we said at the top of the show, 68 laps are on the docket for today's race around this 1.48-mile oval in the great state of New Jersey. Your pit window is going to be between 30 and 35 laps, a single-stop race here at the Trenton Raceway, Fairgrounds Raceway. And your 2 previous winners here at Trenton in 2020 were Cole Sampson, and 2021 was Logan Alexander. Sampson starts all the way back in the 27th position. Alexander starts in the 10th in P10 here today. So for the second to final time, the Ford Shelby pace car will make its way down the pit lane. And I know we said this at the top of the show already, but ladies and gentlemen, Popsicle sticks are in the air. 2 races remain in 2022. Green flag is in the air. We are live here from Trenton. Vasquez got a great jump on the start over Zachary Davis. Davis will now fall back, will now fall back into the clutches, the 19 of Tyler Reynolds, with Vasquez trying to check out early in the run. So go through the kidney bean, or the kink on the back straightaway. Charlie Davenport gets into the outside wall just a little bit. Reynolds now up to the second position. And Durrani is just running for wins at this point. Mathematically cannot win the championship. But Derek Hamill right now running in the 8th position, trying to extend as much of a gap as he can between himself and Logan Williams and Matt Wolf going into New Jersey. We'll see where Matt Wolf is. You see the GoBowling.com car right on that outside lane, all the way back in 40th. Logan Williams on the start as well. Really slipped back. 29th last time by, and is going to lose quite a few more positions as Zachary Fitzwater gets turned down the pit lane. It's right off the front bumper of Roberto Crown Jr., and a scary situation occurring on the front straightaway here at Trenton. Not the first time we have had cars out of control down the pit lane. Remember, Caleb Rose went down the pits back in 2020. But a scary situation nonetheless. Thankfully, Fitzy was able to regain control of his Monte Carlo. So we remain green for the time being. But the battle for the race lead heating up. Reynolds has caught up to the 54 of Diego Vasquez. And now the leaders will catch up to Zachary Fitzwater in that 9 machine. Despite his 2 wins, it's been a pretty tough season for Zachary Fitzwater, missing the chase, which he's done all 3 seasons in the NBCS. The thing for Fitzy, he hasn't had trouble getting wins. It's just been consistency out of that 9 car over the span of the last 3 seasons. So unfortunately for him, that's just been a case of inconsistency, where he has been unable to win a championship. But here comes Reynolds to the outside of Vasquez, going through turn 3. Gonna try and roll through the corner. Davis will go with him, trying to show the rookie some new tricks as they almost get together, going through turn 4. Everybody pretty much running single file throughout the majority of the field. Keegan Thompson currently 41st, and I'm concerned about Trey Smith over the last couple of races running where he has been running. But right now, the 2 guys that were with Derek Hamill exiting Miami right in the back of this field, and given where Derek is running, should be smooth sailing for him to potentially only need a decent run at New Jersey to win this championship. But here we go. Reynolds now trying the other lane to the inside of Diego Vasquez. Reynolds looking for his 2nd win of the chase. I think Durrani, ironically, has been the only chase driver to win in the chase so far. I don't believe any other driver has been to victory lane, as Reynolds moved down to the inside of Vasquez, and it looks like he will clear the 54 for the position off of turn 4. Vasquez will lose it at the line. He's going to try to roll through on the outside. He may be able to make it stick depending on which lane Davis goes to. Davis will stay high for now. They still remain side by side for the top position. Reynolds, I believe, should have the preferred line. Going through that flat turns 3 and 4. Only 15 degrees of banking here at Trenton, so not a whole lot. As now they're going to go 3 wide for 2nd as Daniel Bouchard makes himself known in this top spot. Bouchard will make it 3 wide going down the back straightaway. Still 3 wide going into 3. Vasquez will finally concede going into 3. And Vasquez may fall outside the top 5, but with all these guys battling towards the front, it's going to allow Tyler Reynolds to scoot on away from this pack, which is now being led by Daniel Bouchard, looking for his first win in the Michelin Barbecue Cup Series. If I'm not mistaken, every rookie last year, with the exception of Bouchard, has a win in the MBCS. I'm trying to think of who was a rookie. Actually, excuse me, no, Ethan Lewis has still yet to win in the Michelin Barbecue Cup Series. But yeah, aside from those two, because Vasquez won, McCrow has obviously won, so is Perez. Let's see, Davenport's a 3-season veteran, but Alexander, he won here last year. Clifton actually hasn't won yet. So, out of the rookie drivers last year, which I think there were about 8, only 3 of them have not visited Gatorade Victory Lane yet in their MBCS career. And unfortunately for them, one of them is certainly going to be on the outside looking in. With 2 races remaining in the Michelin Barbecue Cup Series, the series finale this Friday at the New Jersey Motor Speedway. It's definitely going to be a fun race there. 87 laps around that 1.5-mile track in New Brunswick, New Jersey. I know a lot of drunk Rutgers students are going to be there at that race. But speaking of drunk college students, Matt Wolff really struggling so far in this 84, along with Logan Williams. With the field stagnating like this, I don't like their chances of being within striking distance going into the finale on Friday night. Especially Hamill started 9th as +1. I guess Wolff is +2 from where he started. Williams is at least -10. Because he's 39th that last time by. He's going to be 37th. And then Williams started in the 24th position. So yeah, -13 so far for that 17 car. But hey, it's a long race here at Trenton. We're only on lap 15 of 68. So not even a quarter of the way through the race. We still got a set of pit stops, and we could see another set of pit stops towards the end of the race. They can go 30 to 35 laps, so that is really cutting it close on fuel. So we could see these drivers hit the pit lane going into the waning stages of the race. But right now, a guy that's having a great run so far is Mitchell Collins in the 45, but he needs to finish quite a bit ahead. He needs to finish at least 15 positions ahead of the 47 machine if he wants to get a chance of staying in the chase. Turner just needs to finish ahead of Hamill, but Hamill, he's now up to 7th, and Jesse is all the way back in 27th. So right now, Turner would be on the outside looking in. Same with Mitchell, who is under fire from the 99 of Madison Tall. That is for 11th. So they've got quite a road ahead of them in order to stay in this championship battle. But Tyler Reynolds does not need to worry about points or any of that crap. Just looking for a second win of the season, 4th of his MBCS career. One of only a handful of drivers to win in all 3 seasons of the Michelin Barbecue Cup Series, as the field stagnates towards the back end. Single file throughout the first 9 positions. 8 positions, I should say. Battle for 9th between Daisy Johnson and Noah Clifton heating up at the moment. But not much to write home about in this one. The only incident we have had so far was Zachary Fitzwater getting turned off the front bumper of Roberto Crown Jr. early in the race. That failed to bring out a yellow flag, and Fitzy hasn't been lapped yet. So he could take advantage and stay out a little bit longer than these lead lap drivers. We'll just have to wait and see how it all plays out. Yeah, everybody on the lead lap so far. No mechanical failures that we do not know about. Fastest lap of the race belongs to your leader, Tyler Reynolds, who is looking for not max points since he did not win the pole, but Ford looking for max points here this afternoon. And I'm sorry that I keep going to helicopter view and kind of just give it ear raping you guys, but the way the cam file is at Trenton is that there is a stagnated cam right on the back straightaway, so I've for TV1, so I've got to flip to TV2, and then I accidentally flip to either spectator or helicopter. My apologies there. But Daniel Bouchard, last time by, slowly closing in on Tyler Reynolds as the run goes on. Ryan Durrani now up to 4th over Juan Rodriguez, who's back in 5th. But it's been all Tyler Reynolds for about the past 15 laps or so in this one from Trenton. Again, pretty boring race so far, but it was a pretty boring race in 2020. But then a caution came out in the late stages of the race, and oh boy, that flipped everything on its head. So you just know it's the calm before the storm. Anything can happen. But I know Derek Hamill in the 47 just likes the calm. And oh, Caleb Rose, speak of the devil. Rose has blown up in the 32. That's right in the middle of the racing groove. I don't believe that'll bring out a yellow. I'll have to see how he teleports back to the pits. Stalled on the racetrack, and we remain green. So just as I say that we have everybody on the lead lap and no mechanical failures, Caleb Rose has a mechanical failure in the 32. We'll see in just a couple of moments what the actual diagnosis was. It was definitely an engine issue, but we do not know what it was for sure. But Daniel Bouchard methodically closing in on that 19 machine. We'll see what the interval is this time by. I believe Reynolds opened it up a tad. We'll see what it is. No, Bouchard gained in only 1/100 of a second, so no harm, no foul there. And Caleb is still on the pit lane. I guess they're trying to repair the damage as much as they can. There's not much you can really repair with an engine failure. But any second now, I believe, he'll just go to the garage area and we'll be able to diagnose what exactly went wrong on that 32 Camry. But it has indeed been a real tough season for Caleb Rose. One more shot to get a victory in 2022 at New Jersey on Friday. And Caleb has gone to the garage area. No, he is not actually. My mistake. He is still in the pits. So I'm not sure why they're trying to repair that car. It's pretty busted up if you ask me. But Daniel Bouchard is now down to about a car length and a half away from this 19 team. This 19 car, I should say. You gotta think, does Daniel have the strategy down pat? Closed in another, actually he lost 1/100 of a second over Reynolds that time by, but he's down to 2 car lengths underneath the 19 machine. I'm really surprised that nobody has caught up to Zachary Fitzwater yet. Fitzy's just running his own laps at the moment. Right now, Williams and Wolf still in the back end of the field. At a flat racetrack like Trenton, when it gets into a deep run like this, just gotta wait till the calm of the wait till the storm breaks out of the calm. But there is Roberto Crown Jr., who we actually fixed the driver this time for this week, I should say. So no more all blue driver in that 21 machine. So great news for them. Not running too well in the 21 so far. Last time by was running in the 21st position for car number 21. Ryan Durrani is going to have a slipstream over Zachary Davis. This is going to be the battle for third. Durrani just trying to go out and win races at this point. Like we said, earlier in the show. And Durrani will get around Zachary Davis right now. Now let's see if they can hunt down the top two who are running nose to tail. Bouchard trying to get Pontiac their first win of the season. Williams is one of 3 chase drivers who have not won a race in 2022 yet. The others being Dano Georgi and Brennan Wilmington. But Daniel is coming. He's now close to within 0.2 of a second over Reynolds. And I thought the caution was out there for a second. Caution light was a bit weird. Even though I just replaced some, you might notice that we quote-unquote repaved the track. So see, we added a darker text, darker asphalt, changed the grass up like I've done with a couple of the tracks so far. We added new logos to the outside wall. You'll see at the start-finish line that we added a new logo there. Just trying to modernize the Trenton Fairgrounds Raceway just a little bit. No harm, no foul there. But Reynolds and Bouchard have pulled away from Ryan Durrani, but now Durrani is starting to pull back. I think Zachary Davis may have been holding up these leaders. Time will only tell if Durrani is able to catch up to these guys before the pit window opens up. But Reynolds still owns the fastest lap by only 0.1 of a second. So that is very interesting. But it was a header issue for the 32. And looks like Trace Smith and Nathan Smith down the pit lane. So the window is open for the first stop. So those two coming in early, but they are going to be a lap down. We'll see if that brings any other drivers down the pit lane. Reynolds will stay out, but the window is definitely open. We'll see if anybody towards the back end of the field comes down, tries to play the strategy game early on. Dano Georgi will be the first of the chase drivers to do so. Georgi in the 34. American Motorsports based here in New Jersey. You see the Rider University logo right there where Al Agassi and myself attend. It's got the Theta Chi logo on the back end of that 34 machine along with the 107.7 The Bronc sponsorship. I gotta plug my company in somehow. But I believe a lot of drivers will be hitting this time by... Is anybody? Zidell will. So a lot of split strategy on the pit lane. Only a couple of guys at a time coming down the pits. Georgi will come out by himself. We'll go back to the race lead. I keep going to the helicopter cam because I keep holding shift when I go down like a moron. But Reynolds. I think Reynolds may be coming down this time. No, he does not. Does anybody else like to come down? Looks like Daisy Johnson will. Johnson will come down. Clifton and Cole Sampson will come down. Does anybody else come down? No, they do not. So no, Matt Wolf will come down along with Will Parrish. We'll focus in on Matt Wolf. See what he does on the pit lane. I imagine it will be 4 fresh Hoosier tires. Fill that gas tank full of octane racing fuel. And he will be out and away. Same with Will Parrish. And it will indeed be 4 fresh tires for Matt Wolf in that Go Bowling Monte Carlo. He will be out and away, and here comes the rest of the field, led by Tyler Reynolds. Does anybody elect to stay out? Madison Tall will stay out in the 99. But this is where things can become hectic on the pit lane. But you're following with the 19 of Tyler Reynolds down on pit lane for the first time this afternoon. Here's some contact in the back. No harm, no foul there. I hear some significant contact being made. But Reynolds, it will be 4 sticker Hoosiers all around that 19 Taurus. And this is the main stop. And both the 19 and the 07 will come off the pit lane at the same time. We'll see Bouchard 15.31. And the 19 of Tyler Reynolds out of the pits 15.36. So a slightly faster pit stop for Bouchard. And that will put him right on the back bumper of Tyler Reynolds. Jesse Turner now down the pit lane as we see the second group come down. We'll have to see how this all cycles out, but I believe Tyler Reynolds should still be the race leader going back onto the track. But Bouchard is just right next to him in that 07, right behind him, I should say. Lozano will come off of the pit lane. We'll have to see if he cycles to third. Actually, I believe Zachary Fitzwater should be scored as the leader since he came down the pit lane already and has been staying out until he runs pretty dry. So I believe Fitzy should log a lap lead here, and indeed he will. Second is Tyler Reynolds with Daniel Bouchard right on his tail. Daisy Johnson is in fourth. Alex Lozano is a lap down, so the strategy did not work out for the 55. And Ryan Durrani having a chance, but here comes the leaders underneath Zachary Fitzwater for the top spot. That will allow Daisy Johnson to pull into this battle. 3-car breakaway for the race lead. Ryan Durrani trying to get around the 55, and now Zachary Fitzwater will come down the pit lane. So it is confirmed Alex Lozano is a lap down. Dano Georgi up to 8th. So good run for him so far. Jesse Turner, 38th. Right behind Derek Hamill, who is in 12th. Right in front of Derek Hamill, who is in 12th. So let's see how that played out for the 84 of Matt Wolf, who came down by himself. Wolf is in 20th. Logan Williams, let's see where Logan is. Logan 34th. So that's not going to be good for Williams. But should put Matt Wolf into second if the 47 stays right where he is. Currently 12th. So Wolf was 20 points behind. They're about 8 positions outside. So there'd be about a 50-point deficit going into New Jersey. We'll have to do the official math after the race. But right now, Daisy Johnson, she's beginning to come alive in the 53, and she's going to dive down to the inside of the 19 of Tyler Reynolds. So we are past the halfway point through the 107.7 The Bronc 500. In fact, this time by will be the halfway point through the 107.7 The Bronc 500. But Johnson underneath Reynolds. Reynolds just trying to run on the outside, but I believe he is going to be cleared by Johnson, and he may be passed for second by Bouchard. But at the line, Daisy Johnson will see the cross flags, and we have a new race leader here at Trenton. Let's get you a full field rundown presented by Exalta. So Johnson is in first, but here comes Reynolds in second, trying to get that lead back. Daniel Bouchard rounds out the podium. Fourth is Ryan Durrani. There's Alex Lozano, who is 35th. Fifth is the 48 of Juan Rodriguez. Sixth is not Logan Alexander. He is 36th. Let's just go on the scoring pylon because that'll make things easier. Plus, we have a pretty good battle for the race lead heating up as Bouchard goes back down to the inside of Tyler Reynolds. That brings in Ryan Durrani. We'll focus in on this battle as we go through your field. So first through 10th are Johnson, Reynolds, Bouchard, Durrani, Rodriguez, Clifton, Cole Sampson, the 2020 winner, Georgi, Zidell, and Josh Williamson. 11th through 20th are Zachary Davis, Hamill, Vasquez, Jordan Lopez, Thomas Troxel in the 00, Will Parrish, the 99 of Madison Tall, the 84 of Matt Wolf, who is up 2 spots since where he last was. But Hamill's also up a position. But Matt Wolf is coming. Indeed, he is. Go down Parrish, Wolf, Crown Jr. in 19th. And the 45, Mitchell Collins, rounds out the top 20. Rounding out the top half of the field is Cameron Garlington. Then in 22nd is Nathan Smith. 23rd is Brennan Wilmington, so mathematically he is going to be eliminated from where he is running so far. Eric Monaco, 24th. Trey Smith, 25th. The 05 Owen Miles, 26th. 97 of Nathan Stapleton, 27th. Braden Perez, 28th. 98 of Charlie Davenport, 29th. And 30th is the 24 of Riley Sampson. 31st is Ethan Lewis. 32nd is the 79 Brandon Yodel. 33rd is Logan Williams. 34th is Keegan Thompson. 35th is Alex Lozano. 36th is the 2021 winner of this race, the 20 of Logan Alexander. 37th is Fitzy. 38th is Jesse Turner. 39th is Lauren Martinez. And 40th is Elijah Gordon. And for some reason, the 42 of Aiden McCrow retired from the race. He joins Caleb Rose in the garage area. And that wraps up your full field rundown presented by Exalta. And while we were away, Ryan Durrani has made his way up to the 3rd position, but it has been a caution-free race so far. It looks like Keegan Thompson is slow in the 14. Running a little bit off the pace. Car sounds fine, so he should be good to go to the end, barring a mechanical failure. But if he were to have a mechanical failure, especially where Derek Hamill's running, that would essentially take him out of championship contention. Wolf still up to 17th. Hamill trying to get around this one of Zachary Davis is under fire from Justin Zidell. But back to the race lead, it is still Daisy Johnson looking for her first win in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. Bouchard closing in. And if anybody besides Trey Smith or Daisy Johnson wins this race, then Johnson and Smith are going to have to battle each other to see who is the outside looking in from all the 2020 alumni who have stuck around in the MBCS and have won in this hallowed series. But Johnson leads 46 down. And about 21 laps to go, 22 laps to go here from New Jersey, Trenton. Ryan Durrani has been picking cars off one at a time. He will go down on the inside of Daniel Bouchard, looking for his 4th win of the season. That would be the most, that would tie him all time with Keegan Thompson and Landon Smith Jr. for the most wins in a single season. But I am very surprised that this race has run caution-free so far. We thought these guys would be really aggressive, especially on the start. But other than Zachary Fitzwater going around off the front bumper of Roberto Crown Jr., again, just a pretty standard race that you'd expect in the middle of the season. But that is not standard for Mitchell Collins. A lot of passenger side damage on that 45. And unfortunately, given where he is running and given that damage, I believe Mitchell Collins will unfortunately be knocked out of championship contention going into New Jersey on Friday. Tough break for Mitchell. Just could not get it done in the end. Back up front, Bouchard now back out in front of Ryan Durrani. But can anybody catch up to the 53 of Daisy Johnson and get around her? That is the question. We also could see these guys hit the pit lane once again. Or we could see a caution come out as that got dicey between Logan Williams and Nathan Stapleton as they get around the 25 and Nathan Smith. Logan just trying to get as many positions as he can. He's got a huge wad of cars in front of him to potentially advance his spots. Derek Hamill still stuck behind Zachary Davis. Matt Wolf closing on a huge pack of cars. Wolf trying to play comeback in this battle for the championship. He had a tire failure in the early stages of the chase opener at Darlington, finished last in the Waffle House Rebel 500, was 245 points back entering Greenville Spartanburg. And aside from a couple of DNFs here and there in the chase, Wolf has been knocking off top 10 after top 10. Consistent run after consistent run. And that may pay off here if he does not have to come back down the pit lane. Because remember, Matt Wolf was one of the early drivers that came down the pit lane. So if these guys have to come down again, Wolf could be in trouble points-wise going into New Jersey. But that will be a talk for the end of this one. But Daisy Johnson trying to just log laps so far in a caution-free race at the New Jersey Motor Speedway so far. And now Durrani looking to set up another attack under Daniel Bouchard. Not able to get there, but Daniel's going to have a slipstream under Daisy. Going through 4. Not quite there yet. He's going to gain a little bit of time on the Team Velocity car. Team Velocity has not won a race in over 2 years. The last time they were in Gatorade Victory Lane was back when they were sponsored by Body Armor, and Victory Lane was sponsored by Body Armor. Back with Matt Wolf in 2020 at Denver, their only victory in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. Daisy Johnson winless through 3 seasons, over 100 races, about 104. Or 100 and however many we've had since Gateway. So I think about 107. Yeah, I think 106 coming into 105 coming into today. Would be 106 if she fails to win this race. Durrani on the back bumper of Daniel Bouchard. This could get dicey as there's contact between the 48 and the 20 going through the kink. Johnson trying to get that organization their second win. First win in over a year. Trey Smith, yeah, he's in the back end of the field. Trey is going to have one last chance to get Team Velocity victory. It's not like he hasn't been in place to get a victory. Remember, he was essentially guaranteed the win at the first Hillside race last season before Braden Perez decided to dump Daisy Johnson right in front of the field. And that ended up giving Caleb Rose his first win in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. So a former Team Velocity Racing driver won that afternoon. So a bit funny there. But closing in on 10 laps to go here in the 107.7 The Bronc 500. Daisy Johnson looking to command a W for this one. Tyler Reynolds, the dominant driver of the day, relegated back to 5th at the moment. Daniel Bouchard does not want to be second fiddle once again. With the 19 of Reynolds still having the fastest lap, and I believe, unless these guys come back down the pit lane, Reynolds should have that fastest lap locked up. We go back and just as I say that, car is coming back down the pit lane, so I believe we are going to have another set of pit stops before this is all said and done, with Trey Smith and Nathan Smith heading into the pits. We'll see a George I. Yes, he does, but George I. runs into the 25 of Nathan Smith. And that will essentially take out Daniel George I out of championship contention, potentially. But we are going to have a second set of pit stops before this is all said and done. So this will indeed be the money stop of all money stops, especially for guys like Derek Hamill and Matt Wolf. Wolf at the moment really fell back. Actually, no, he's back in 16th. What am I saying? Does anybody come back down the pit lane this time by? Nobody this time by. Daisy Johnson still leads. Ryan Durrani falls back in the 38. Under fire from Juan Rodriguez. It's a Ford battle for third. But up at the front, Toyota, if I'm not mistaken, looking for his first win of the chase. I don't think anybody... I'm trying to remember if any Toyota drivers have won in the chase so far. Because it's been Chevy, Ford. Can't remember. Chevy, Trying to remember who won at Denver. It was Ryan Durrani who drives a Ford. So yeah, nobody in a Toyota has won in the chase yet. I can't remember the last time a Toyota won in the NBCS. Zachary Fitzwater underneath the 48 for position. Now it's Zidell down the pit lane. So we are going to see some drivers come down probably in the next couple of laps. We will focus on the leaders a little bit, but we will primarily focus on the 47 and the 84, where they come on the pit lane. Zidell coming off. It's a really sketchy spot to come off the pit lane, and we could have had a yellow there. But less than 10 laps to go in the 107.7 The Bronc 500. Daisy Johnson could be coming down this time. No, she is not. Do any of the leaders that like to come down? No, they do not, but Cole Sampson will. So will the 16. And I believe next time by is where all the leaders will come down. Look at the run. Thomas Troxel is getting 3 wide entering turn 1. Dano Georgi pushing the 47 through. That will put Derek Hamill in the top 10 if I'm not mistaken. But back up at the front, I believe your leaders are going to come down this time by, and if not, next couple of laps. But no, they do not. Do any of these guys come down the pit lane as Hamill is now passed? I believe that's going to put him still, he was 8th last time by. We'll see where he is now. Remains in 8th. Matt Wolf up to 15th. So, unless these guys have bad pit stops and Logan Williams takes 2 tires for some reason, that's going to put Logan Williams, I think Logan Williams may be bounced out of this one, but Daisy Johnson stays out. Thinking the leaders may be trying to stretch this. I know Matt Wolf is going to try it and stretch it as much as he can. Mitchell Collins will come down. Does anybody come down with him? Nathan Smith knocks down the outside wall, but we remain green. Five laps to go this time by. And Johnson has just got a plethora of lap traffic all around her, but can she make it to the end of this one? None of the leaders come down. Ryan Durrani now scored in the 2nd position. 5 laps to go in the penultimate race of the 2022 season. It's been caution-free so far, but it's not going to be chaos-free if these guys have to come down the pit lane with less than 5 to go. It's going to be real dicey, but now Johnson has lost her picks. Here comes Ryan Durrani looking for his 4th win of the season. He's going to have an edge down the inside of Johnson. He's going to have her quarter panel. Nobody elects to come down. Dano Georgi trying to get his lap back. The more that these guys run, I think Dano, if he out races them, could potentially be in position for a good win, or a good finish at the least. But Durrani right on the back bumper of Daisy Johnson going through the kink. 3 to go this time by. Do the leaders have the gas to make it to the end? Johnson looking a little low in the 53. They're going to stay out for now. We'll see Hamill stays out. Matt Wolf will stay out as well. He's fallen back to 17th. Really getting into crunch time here as Dano Georgi trying to get around his teammate, potentially help Ryan Durrani get to the front of the field. I mean, Dano, given where he's running right now, is probably going to be mathematically eliminated going into New Jersey. But no, he's going to go down to the inside of the 38. He'll go down to the inside of Daisy Johnson. Could Johnson be coming down the pit lane? No, I think she was just waiting for these guys to get by. But Popsicle 6 in the air. 2 laps to go here from New Jersey. If they wreck now, that will be the race. Oh, Logan Alexander will pinch down to the inside of Ryan Durrani. Alexander will get by the 38. Durrani trying to make moves on the outside, trying to keep it on the outside, but he cannot. White flag in the air one more time around the Trenton Fairgrounds Raceway for Daisy Johnson. 1.48 miles remain, but does she have the fuel to make it to the end? Meanwhile, Matt Wolf will stay out, but he is being passed rapidly by lead lap traffic on the back straightaway for the final time. Daisy Johnson through turns 3 and 4, if she stays on the racetrack, will get Team Velocistar their first win in series history off of turn 4. Daisy Johnson for Team Velocistar is a winner in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. Johnson wins the 107.7 The Bronc 500. It was a caution-free race, back-to-back caution-free races. But Daisy Johnson gets the job done. Ryan Durrani 1 position short. And Derek Hamill will get 8th. Matt Wolf 18th. That equates to 10 positions on the racetrack, so that is about 50 points that Derek Hamill just added over Matt Wolf. So I believe the deficit should be 70 going into New Jersey. But Daisy Johnson leaves us with only one driver who is still here from 2020 that is not yet won in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. I'm surprised this race went caution-free, to be honest with you. But Daisy Johnson is your official winner here at Trenton. Ryan Durrani, Daniel Bouchard, Juan Rodriguez, and Tyler Reynolds round out your top 5. We'll make sure Reynolds had the fastest lap still. Yes, he did. Williamson, Troxel, Hamill, Vasquez, and Tall round out your top 10. Take a look and see where everybody else finished the race. And I think we're going to be able to see who was mathematically eliminated from the championship contention going into the finale on Friday night. So Jesse Turner needed to finish ahead of the 47. Turner finished all the way down in the 36th position. So Turner's gone. Collins is gone. Braden Perez, he needed to win. So did Brandon Wilmington, Justin Zidell. All 3 of those guys are gone. Dano Georgi finished 31st. He needed only... I don't know. I don't know about that if Dano Georgi is going to be able to make it. And same with Will Parrish. Will Parrish finished in the... I'd like to see where Will finished. He finished in the 13th position, so a good run for Will Parrish, but he should be still in championship contention. We'll just have to wait and see when the championship points are calculated. Keegan Thompson finished 24th, was 150 below the cut line. I don't know about that. I don't think Keegan Thompson's going to be in championship contention going into New Jersey. But Logan Williams was -10, had a chance, and he actually finished 23rd, so a decent recovery for Logan Williams. But oh boy, it looks like Derek Hamill may be the guy to beat going into New Jersey on Friday night at 8 o'clock, with qualifying live at 7 p.m. to see who will win the pole for the final points-paying race in the Mission Barbecue Cup Series. But Derek Hamill looking for redemption after losing the championship to Jonathan Logan in 2020 by a mere 20 points, I believe it was back then. But Hamill looks to be the guy to beat going into New Jersey. Matt Wolf should be second in the points. Logan Williams, not sure about him. Keegan Thompson, I think he may be knocked out. Same with Dano Georgi. I believe it should be Derek Hamill, Logan Williams, Matt Wolf, and maybe Will Parrish in championship contention going into New Jersey on Friday evening. But oh boy, quite a shakeup in the points coming out of Trenton, and I expected chaos. And fortunately, or unfortunately, however you look at it, we did not get the chaos that we expected here at the Trenton Fairgrounds Raceway. But that's going to do it here from the Trenton Fairgrounds Raceway. Congratulations once again to Daisy Johnson for winning the 107.7 The Bronc 500. And we will see you this Friday night in nearby New Brunswick, New Jersey at the New Jersey Motor Speedway for the season and series finale of the Mission BBQ Cup Series, the Corporate Deployments 500, right here on the NESRN. We're going to make sure those stands are packed chock full of drunk-ass Rutgers students. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen. Here are your point standings after race 34 of the 2022 NR2003 Mission BBQ Cup Series season. And from Hamilton Township, New Jersey, this concludes our broadcast on the North American Sim Racing Network. Study hard, get good sleep, and as always, lads, practice safe sex. Until next time, I've been Trey Wright for the NESRN. Have a great evening, folks.